Welcome back, everybody. It's Pop Aficionados. Thank you so much for being here on a Thursday Power Black. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed that the horror baddie movie baddie bracket that we had earlier. It's the first half. We're going to continue it for the rest of the month. Claude and Randy are going to be here with us for the rest of the month, so super excited. But yeah, make sure you guys are keeping it locked to all things Pop Samurai, Pop Samurai Network, Pop Samurai Network on social medias, Facebook and Instagram. Keep it locked to all things that we're doing so you can find out more information about all the cool shows and things we got going on out there. But we appreciate you guys sticking around. So, once again, I am your boy Jelani Hoon. Will Milwaukee Washkun is here. Joel,
Hey,
Critical Joel Paprocki is here.
Mhm.
Hello.
The Pepper Scar Padre himself, Randy Lee Beasley, is here.
Hello there. Hello.
And Killer Claude Kling is here. Thank you so much for being here.
so many
Yes.
nicknames. More.
More. But yes, we appreciate everyone being here with us. I appreciate the hosts for being here. And we just had some fun. We just had some great time. And already feeling good after that starting the horror tournament now.
Yes,
Yeah.
I feel
it has
great.
begun.
I
Yeah.
didn't lose a single character in that round.
Yes.
Good job,
Yes.
Will. You tried so hard.
I did.
Will became the villain. That's what he did.
I'm just upset because I didn't get drafted. Been working so hard.
Yes. Will is the winner in our book for being our moderator. So
You
that's
know,
awesome. So.
I mean, if we do want to just chat about it for a second, it's pretty impressive. Like, that was a good first round. There was only one upset, but altogether, we got some people who have some stuff to prove next week, and we got some people who have a distinct advantage going. Narratives abound. I can't wait to see this on Sports Center.
Yes, it's gonna be good. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, Pop Aficionados. It's our show where our hosts here, our friends, our family here in the Pop Samurai Network, gathered together as we spit the hot fire and talk about pop culture topics and segments and reviews and things like that. We're gonna start off the podcast how we always start off the podcast with what you're watching, what you're playing, what you're doing. I want to hear about the big things and exciting things that you're doing, playing, watching. Let's start with Will Walkie. Let's start with you.
Oh God, what am I watching? So right now I am still working my way through Shameless. I'm impressed that it's still pretty good. Cause I think I'm almost to season 4 now, and their shtick hasn't gotten old. It's a pretty simple shtick. Like, we're on the south side of Chicago and we're, white trash that always pulls through. And somehow, like, that plucky little bunch of Gallaghers has got me.
They are a mess.
They're a mess. They're a lot. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I picked back up Breath of the Wild for a little
really?
bit, and that is going okay. I still feel like I have no direction. Like, I'm mostly just running around trying to do shrines to shut my radar up. Because that beeping haunts me in my dream.
Mhm.
And finally, I actually came into possession of Oculus Rift.
Oh,
Did
And
you?
Yes, so I'm very excited. I'm a little
Happened to
upset.
stumble across one.
I found one on Facebook.
fell off a truck.
Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I haven't gotten it set up right yet, so I haven't started playing with it. But I'm very excited to start doing VR reviews shortly.
Ooh, very cool. Very cool.
Bit of tech news. Hopefully, I'll have it up by like Black Friday. Get some Black Friday sales.
Ooh, that'd be really cool.
That's the plan. That's all for me though. But
Sweet. All right, let's move over to Randy, our special guest host here. Randy, what you been up to? What you been watching?
I just finished rewatching and seeing the last two seasons on Hulu. Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I just finished the newest season, and it's fantastic. The later seasons, they like let more f-bombs out, and they're not bleeped on Hulu, and it's fantastic. And I'm not 100% sure if my DVR records it, but I'm looking forward to Supernatural. The last 8 episodes, the final season picks back up tonight, and other than that, just playing Animal Crossing, trying to get all the Halloween stuff, and still working on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake, and the Mario 3D All Stars. That's about it.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Claude, what you been up to? What you watching?
Well, I definitely drank the Kool-Aid that is Lovecraft Country.
So good.
Ooh, I watched this week's episode that came out on Sunday, and I mean, you can tell Jordan Peele has a hand in it, right out the bat from this last episode. But it's just, I'm super hooked.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to say too much because I don't know who's all trying to catch up or who's doing what, but there's just so
I
many.
saw the first episode, and then I was super hooked when it first dropped, and I just been waiting for him to build up so I can just binge through it because I know it's something
That's
I just
exactly what I'm doing.
couldn't do week to week.
Oh, I have to. I'm doing so much week to week with that. Also, Monsterland that just came out on Hulu is actually pretty good. It delves more into that like psychology, like horror that I obviously am obsessed with. But that one is showing you how like the humans are the real monsters. So there's like a lot of tie-in between like what is like haunting, chasing, whatever that human, like what it represents as their like negative like point in life. And then I think the other thing, I got hooked on a new podcast called Spooked. That is one where they take firsthand accounts from people who had a paranormal experience and they let them tell their story. Kind of, it almost feels like you're around a campfire listening to a spooky story. But I've been crushing that one pretty hard too. They've got 2 seasons out, so it should last me for a while. But yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Mhm.
All right, let's head over to Joel. Joel.
Well, as you know, I had to miss last week's show. I've got a lot going on in my own life with regard to finishing school and submitting some stuff. So I haven't had as much time to play things. I'll make note of one thing that I did get to watch a little bit of, which is Amy has been playing Genshin Impact. And that is an impressive little game, I have to say. Being a gacha game, it's an awful lot free for what you're getting. And in general, it's a very large game and it's very pretty. Coming from being a mobile game, I would say that, yeah, it's an impressive adaptation of it to the PS4 at least. So that's a free game for everyone out there, but there are gacha aspects, and apparently it's not just skins, it's like new characters with different talents and things like that. So yeah, some people online I already saw were complaining. They're like, I spent $124 on this game. I'm like, yeah, surprise, they're going to make their money a different way. So yeah, that's an interesting one. And then the other one I'll make note of is because I have been working, I listen to things instead. So I listened to the audiobook of this book, which I have right here, which is Who Goes There by John W. Campbell. This is the predecessor book for The Thing from Outer Space, which is the predecessor for The Thing, which is the predecessor for The Thing. So this is the novella that it's based on, and I found a cool reading by a guy on one of the iTunes things. So I just bought his little audio book of it, and I was like, this is cool. So but it basically follows the same story. So I was really happy to hear it. I think everybody here knows that I'm a big fan of The Thing, and basically I consume it in any form that I can. And as we approach either Halloween or winter, I do that more. So yeah, that's what I've kind of been up to actually. So that's all I've really got.
Very cool. All right, over to me. Not much new. kind of going through and catching up on some stuff I've already been watching. I've mentioned already that I'm still catching up, finishing up The Boys. I think this week is the final episode for the season, which is still been really high quality.
Excellent. That
So
means I can start binging it.
oh yeah, oh yeah. So it's been really great. Really really good show. Uh, Talked about it last week a little bit, but I finished up all of Doom Patrol. So that's still really
Oh,
great.
that's
I was
always so good.
It's so good, so good. I know one thing that I will say that I'm a little put off by the second season. It felt very short compared to the first season, but
Yeah.
that's because they had to stop production because of everything, and so but hopefully they've renewed for season 3, so looking forward to that. Um, Besides that, catching up on a couple different movies that I've been putting off for a little while. Watched an international movie called PMAC, which is a Thai comedy horror film, and it's on Netflix. If you guys go check it out, but it's a I would say it's a dumb movie, but it's a dumb movie on the level of like a Naked Gun type situation where it's like it's pretty much just like they're all goofs, they're all very like simpletons, and they're all like doing very
Just
like
look at the
dumb things.
poster.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
supposed to be humorous.
Yeah, it's supposed to be humorous, but I also do enjoy that this is the like it was a story of like these friends know come back from the war with their buddy. Buddy goes home to his wife. The friends find out that the wife is like a ghost, and they try to get the husband away from her without like notifying the ghost wife that they know. And so it becomes like a whole like little slapsticky kind of fun little movie. But yeah, it's funny. I would say it's okay. Um, and then one of the things I just been hooked on this week is I've been playing on my Switch Super Mario Brothers 35. I don't know
Ah,
if anybody has picked this up or played it yet, but it's the new Battle Royale Mario game where you play the 35 battle mode, which is 35 different people are playing the original Super Mario Brothers. And
God.
as you go through it at the same time as the other players, you're jumping on enemies, and as you jump on enemies, you send them to other people's games, and you're like trying to get them eliminated by like progressing through the game. It's not progressing through the game faster than everybody because you just keep going until everybody is eliminated. But it's more about like strategy of just like making sure you don't run out of time, making sure you're sending enemies to different people. And so
Try
I've
to
just been
mess them up.
one, I realized, man, I'm rusty with Mario. Two, it's way different because usually when I play Mario, I'm just like, let me get through the level, or run, and try to get to the end, get to the flag. But you're not. You gotta pace yourself, and you gotta like actually go through and like plan out your attacks and plan out like who you're gonna jump on because every enemy you jump on gives you time for your time, and it's a fun mode. It's only available for a limited time, which is a weird thing. So if you download it now, it's only going to be playable, I think, until like maybe March or something like that, and then it'll be taken down. But it's a limited time, fun little game mode. I don't know if it has lasting qualities, but it's a very unique mode that's fun to play with, random people. I didn't see anything. I would have asked you guys to play if I saw there was a way to like get your friends at the same time, but it doesn't seem like it. It seems very random. So it doesn't seem like there's any way to just get all your friends all on the same 35 like map. So it's fun. So it's good stuff. And that's all I've been playing.
Nice.
So all I've been doing. Yes, good stuff. So yeah, so that's what everybody's been doing. Everybody's been watching. Much fun, pretty cool stuff. I want to jump over to our segments now. Let's talk about some stuff that's going on in the world. Before we get further down into the podcast, Will, let's start with you with the segment that Will does here at Consumer Advice.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much. Very simple. We have some, it being earlier part of the month, that are over at the Epic Games Store. You can pick up Abzu, which of course is that very atmospheric diving game where you're going under. You can also grab Rising Storm 2, Vietnam, which is a go kill bad guys simulator. Yes, I've never been one for the Sims, or go grab Rising 99 at Epic. The Xbox games with gold for this half of October. You can go get Slayaway Camp Butcher's Cut, which is kind of a blocky looking murdery big bad sort of a simulator horror game. It reminds me of like the Escapists, your everyday axe murder. That's available through the end of the month. You can also grab Sphinx and the what is that? Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy, which goes back to days of the original box. Check it out. If not, it's very much classic platformy. I never played it, but I might now because it's free on Xbox. And finally, the PS Plus free games for October: Vampire and Need for Speed Payback. Racing action. Payback, I think, is more of an arcade sort of iteration in the, and then Vampire. I've never played Vampire, but it looks kind of like makes me think of like Thief, but a little orient sneaky. So those are the games over your various systems that are free right now. Go get some free fun. Also, go check out apparently Super Mario 35. It's free right now. Faked that from my segment.
Sorry.
That's okay. I didn't know about it. I don't have it on my list. You're good to go. But I am going to go play it after this.
Yeah.
And that's it for Will's Consumer Corner.
Nice.
Very cool, very cool. Before, let's see, moving on from that, I want to put our guest host on the spot here. I didn't inform them about this, but I wanted to ask them. I set aside some time so we can have this little segment here. But is there a little topic or question you like to post to the group or bring up with the group here at all that's going on or anything like that, or just anything that's running around? You could prep for it next week when I ask this again, but this week I kind of just want to throw. It's is there anything that you wanted to throw to the group, pop culture question wise or topic wise, that just came out in your mind at all?
I just want to apologize. I'm poking my head out. I have a ear injury. I don't have the cotton or anything in it, and it's really bothering me right now. So I'm going out of frame so people aren't seeing me mess with my ear. So I apologize about that one.
Okay.
And now
So that's
let's
my
all
bad.
give our analysis on Randy's left ear. Just kidding. Let's not do that. That's
Sucks.
a horrible idea.
Claude, you're not going to bring up how excited you are for Halloween?
I love Halloween.
I mean, I am extremely excited to sit in my house away from COVID
Yeah, I know.
for Halloween.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
there's-
try to play Sleepy Hollow, or not Sleepy. Jesus, Sleepy Hollow isn't a game. This is how much I play video games. Silent Hill. I'm gonna try to play through
Oh,
Silent Hill.
nice.
Oh,
So
Very cool.
we'll see how that goes. It will
You'll
more
like
than
it.
likely be comical. Are there any I mean, I guess if we're posing group questions, what is
Sure.
for everybody else who is into video games and has played video games, what is top horror games to try? Because those are the ones that I seem to when I do play I really like Tiny Nightmare or Little Nightmares, if I can get any of them right, the names. Something with a nightmare I played. There's a raincoat, little thing in a raincoat, something with a nightmare. I liked that
Fatal
one.
Frame.
Fatal
Worth checking out. Yeah, definitely. That one's you're taking pictures of ghosts.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever played Among the Sleep?
Oh, I have seen a lot about that game, but
Yeah, I streamed that a long time ago. You're a kid and your family, your parents fighting and all these issues. It projects to him as scary monsters, and you're walking around the house. It's
Oh,
pretty
weird.
scary. It's frightening,
Yeah.
and it's a
Cool.
little indie game. It's $6. It's really good.
yeah, that one I saw a lot about it, and I was like, oh man, I feel bad for this little kid because it's like something we've all dealt with, and like our imagination's getting away with us. Yeah.
Yes.
I think the last horror game, No Crisis, on the PS1. So
Oh, hell yeah.
it's been a while.
Needs a reboot. Needs a
Yeah.
reboot. For
They got to
sure.
keep the terrible dialogue, though.
They must.
For me, some of the horror games that I've played that I really enjoy are, I think they're from Supermassive Games. So Until Dawn, they're doing a new horror anthology series. Uh, One is called The Man from Medan.
Mhm.
I forgot what the second one is, but it's very much just like a choose your own adventure type style game. So you make choices for the characters, and like you see like how it goes with the characters. And I think like some of the later titles that they make, like you can do it as like a watch along with a group of friends, and everyone makes a
Oh,
vote of like
mhm.
of things, which I really enjoy because some of the best things about horror is sometimes is when you can enjoy it with friends and like be scared
Yeah.
or make decisions together. It's always super fun. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, very cool. Randy, anything you want to bring up or pose to the group or any questions before we move on?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, cool. All right, let's move on here. I'm gonna drop out with what's releasing, so people can find if you're looking for something to do or things to play or watch. Over in video game world, we have Crash Bandicoot 4 is dropped out there. So if you guys are looking to play some new Crash games, super excited about that.
It's a
About
horror
time.
game, right?
It's about time.
It's about
I think you
time.
can classify Crash Band.
Yeah.
I have
So
no basis for that claim, but I'm gonna make it anyway.
I didn't know Crash Bandicoot 4 came out already. That's awesome.
yeah, I believe it's dropping. I believe it just dropped
Oh my
actually. So
goodness.
so that's pretty fun. It's the Star Wars Squadrons game, which is reviewing pretty well. I played a demo version of or a version of that type of game back when PSVR first dropped. And so Joel, I think
Don't
remembers
even get
playing.
me started. It's so beautiful.
So they made a full fledged game off of it. So
Yeah, I know.
now so it looks really great. So if you guys are looking for something to play there, it looks really great. Netflix, we have Haunting of Bly Manor. I think is
Not
the
coming out
show.
yet.
Is it
Uh,
out?
the ninth, the
The
ninth.
ninth. When is the
So
ninth? When is the ninth?
Tomorrow.
tomorrow,
Isn't it?
tomorrow,
Tomorrow? That's when
Yeah.
Bly
tomorrow.
Manor comes out?
Yep,
Oh,
Blind
shit.
Manor is coming out tomorrow. So
Oh my
look
god.
look forward to that sequel series to The Haunting of Hill House. Um, Getting good reviews, so look forward to some cool haunting ghost paranormal stuff there. And those are some of the big things that I got for what's releasing.
Wait,
And
hold on. Time out.
yeah,
Time out.
good.
You forgot the biggest Netflix release of all time that just came
Oh,
out.
oh, yeah.
Hubie Halloween.
Hubie Halloween just
Adam
dropped.
Sandler. Come on.
Yes. I haven't watched it yet, but I seen some reviews, and they said they said it's classic Sandler.
All right. Could be
He
worse.
kind of like he went back to classic Sandler for it, and they said it's kind of adorable. So, um, interesting. I'm interested. I'll go check it out. So there you go.
We know how much you love Sandler on this show.
I do love me some Sandler.
I
All
love
right.
Adam Sandler in the way that died in 2000 and I just
late great.
am fine with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love him in my memories.
For sure.
It's like Vin Diesel post Pitch Black. The late great.
Yes. If you guys are also, and then also this week and throughout this weekend, New York Comic Con is happening online. If you guys are missing convention stuff, like they have a virtual hall you can go through. But I know we're gonna get a lot of announcements. We got some cool little announcements dropping out there for Spider-Man 3, which I mean, they've already been announcing that like some old cast members from other movies are coming back. So Jamie Foxx coming back as Electro for Part 3 of Spider-Man. But then they also announced that Doctor Strange is going to be in the third Spider-Man movie as well. So that's pretty interesting. Um, we got some cool video game news. Rambo has now appeared in
Yeah,
Mortal
that's so
Kombat,
Yes.
and Sly is doing the voice.
Yes, he is.
He is reprising the role of the voice. And man, I love how Mortal Kombat has become the series where we can get all the old action 80s action heroes back.
It's Smash Brothers for adults.
Yeah,
yeah.
so it's good
For
stuff.
adults. You know, Smash Brothers.
Love it. All right, and yeah, that's pretty much a nice quick run through. Oh no, what are we missing
Oh.
here? Joel and Tell.
Joel and Tell.
Tell.
Joel and Tell. Joel
Joel
and
and
Tell.
Tell.
Oh, I feel so welcome.
Yes.
Welcome back. It's good to be here, everyone. Thank you for having me. Let me pull out my bag of goodies here.
Okay,
all right.
But it went bad.
So item number one for today of two items I'm going to show. First one is a signed little photo of The Thing, because I have to talk about it so much.
Oh.
Signed by John Carpenter himself. I got this when I was younger. My dad took me to a convention in at the Rosemont in Chicago,
Nice.
and he was there. So I got to have this signed when I was younger, and I've had this ever since, and it's so freaking cool. And now you're wondering why I'm so like influenced by this stuff. Well, it's like, yeah, I've been watching his amount to like rated R movies since I was a young lad. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. And I miss those older conventions. They were very simple back then, like literally just set up tables, and then people would be like, "Oh, you're John Carpenter." That was like when he was probably at his low point before he shot up to cult status. So yeah, so that was an interesting little thing. And then number two, I have another story of locality, which is when I lived in Brookfield for a while, I stumbled across in this industrial like area where they have those big industrial, whatever you want to call it, like buildings and everything like that. And there was a record shop in there, and they didn't just sell record, they sell movie stuff. And this was like just a big warehouse full of records. So I was like the only kid in the area that knew about this, because for whatever reason it was hidden. So I'd get all these awesome records and things like that. But
And
they
now
also,
it's closed, probably.
Oh, it is. They closed sadly, because I was like, I wish I could show people this nowadays, because it was just like a sight to see in general. Like, stacked, and you'd have to go up on ladders and crap like that. But they had other stuff, and I remember being a little bit younger, and I was still into movies as I am now. And another one of those really influential things was, of course, if you can read that, it says Alien. And what this is a 35 millimeter trailer from 1979 of Alien.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That's fucking badass. Oh.
What's that?
Like, I said, you've been like this forever.
Yes, I have been like this forever. Exactly. I'm holding a box full of 35 millimeter trailers. So yes, I do have quite a few of them too. But yeah. It's funny because it's like, what am I going to play them on, right? But I still think it's just kind of cool because, something like this, I don't think you come by too often. And I think it would be fun in time maybe to come across a projector and just see it in that old crummy quality of like a old theater style trailer. So, yeah, I just thought it was kind of interesting. I don't think these are flammable like they would have been probably in the 50s or so, maybe even earlier than that. They moved away from that, so I don't have to worry about my house exploding. But it certainly is an interesting thing to see and hold. You're just like, man, that is a dense piece of film to hold just for what amounts to maybe like 2 minutes, right? Yeah. So think about how an entire movie would be like absolutely gigantic, right? So that's pretty cool to see. So thought I'd just share that with you guys. So that's
now we have to find you a 35 millimeter projector now.
Yeah, we do. That would be fun. I know.
That would be so cool.
That's it the family-friendly way. That's freaking awesome. I accidentally said a bad word because that's
you're fine. We're welcome. We welcome bad language here.
PG-13, you're allowed one.
Okay, I got my one in then for sure.
Awesome.
That's my bad.
You're good, man. So that's it for Joel and Tell. That's what I've got. Thanks, guys.
Man,
Bravo.
pieces of history. Joel and Tell. Joel and Tell.
Joel
Joel
and
and Tell.
Getting better.
Good
Getting better.
stuff.
Next time, I want all of you in on that. I'm just kidding.
We did not prep the guest hosts.
All right.
I'll bring
Oh.
Halloween-related stuff each time. I promise that, at least up until Halloween.
Good. Excited. All right. So with that, that is our last segment officially. So we're gonna go on to our final little section here, which is Rapid Five.
Rapid
Woohoo!
five. Rapid five.
That's right. That's the theme song.
The totally safe, not at all ripped off themes.
That's right. All right, everybody. Rapid Five is our final segment of the show here on Pop Samurai Network here on twitch.tv/Pop Samurai Network, where the host who's guiding the show asks random questions to our other hosts here. They could be from anything, and we just have some fun with it. So they're just fun questions. All right, starting with Joel.
Ooh.
Random question here. What's your favorite scent?
Scent. And you're not talking currency, I presume.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Smell.
Yeah, favorite smell. I mean, I'm gonna sound very plain Jane with this one, but I will say fresh baked cookies. There is probably nothing quite like that.
Interesting. All right. Going over to Randy. Randy, your question is, what's your favorite film and why?
My favorite film. It used to be Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but unfortunately, Chef took its place. Chef. It's cooking. It's filmmaking. It's about family. I don't know that it hit very hard with me. I very much enjoyed all Jon Favreau. He's like writer, director, and everything, and he's in my top 5 favorite directors. And the movie, I love it. I love the cooking scenes.
Passion piece, right?
Yeah, it's just fantastic. And I love
movie.
I love cooking and I love making film and everything. So it hit. It was a nice wrap in a box with a nice bow and a Cuban sandwich.
Very cool. Love it. Will,
Hi.
all this gosh darn horror talk, all these horror movies.
I'm telling you, man.
Let's move away from it. Let's get away from that. Well, what is the most wholesome movie to you?
Ooh.
The most wholesome movie to I think I'm going to go with the Studio Ghibli film Ponyo. It was the first one that jumped into my head, and it's literally just end to end adorable. You can't watch that movie and not just smile the whole time. And it's not even like a funny smile. It does make you laugh sometimes. Most of the time it's just warming the cockles of the heart. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Ponyo.
Nice. And we do love the warm cockles. All right. Cloud.
Wow.
Hi. You said that you like to make great attempts at games. What is your favorite game?
Oh boy. I mean, I still really, really like Pikmin.
Oh, nice.
Brian just got a GameCube back in the house, and the first I felt like I was a child again, and I was like, please tell me you have Pikmin, please. If he does not, I will be finding it, and he will never be able to use that GameCube again. But yeah, I love Pikmin. I liked all of the adventure games, like Mario Sunshine on GameCube was really fun for me. But yeah, I'd say Pikmin is my top. And that Little Nightmares, when I was doing the playthrough with my friend Topher, that was it took an adventure game feel and made it more of a horror situation. So I really liked that one too.
Are you aware that the sequel to Little Nightmares is coming out?
I do know.
Okay.
I'm really excited.
We're only 4 months away from that happening.
Yep. We'll see how it goes.
The second scariest month of the calendar, February.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
That's right.
Valentine's Day is horrifying, so.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Going back up to Joel. Joel,
Ooh.
hey,
Yeah,
Joel
yeah.
is our Joel is our resident Gundam super fan here.
Yeah.
Joel, what is the best thing about a Gundam to you?
Good question. Would it be the giant height, the massive armament, the ability to fly through space?
It's my
No,
favorite
I
Gundam.
think it would actually.
That's literally my favorite model Gundam.
He's
Is it?
talking Gundams. I'm very excited.
Oh, Death Sight, nice.
Hell yeah.
Fucking, I'm very excited.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna be because for me it was the technological aspect. When they first developed the new type ones, which were made to be controlled by the mind, essentially, they made the inside of the capsule, essentially where the pilot would sit. They made it like a sphere, and I thought that was really cool because it was like well beyond the time of like curved screens and things like that. So like in the earlier models, you just had like 3-panel screens. But in this one, it was just a big screen around you, essentially. And I was like, that is really freaking cool. So I think the cockpit of a Gundam is probably the coolest thing because that's where I would sit.
Nice.
That was so cool.
That's where you do
Very cool.
sit.
Yes,
Own one.
I currently am in one.
Love it. Love it.
That's
love
where
it,
you
love
live.
it. All right.
My
Good,
head.
good. Randy.
Yes, I'm here.
You're right now our resident chef, and as you just talked about earlier, you love cooking and everything like that. What is your best dish?
My best dish? Ooh. There's so many. Chorizo burritos
Chorizo
Oh.
burritos?
or
Ooh.
enchiladas, depending on how I'm feeling that day.
Chorizo like breakfast style or
I get it all depends on the day. I can make it breakfast style with eggs, but I usually do chorizo or chicken chorizo with potatoes and some
Ooh,
chipotles,
nice, okay.
and then I have a very it was like a family recipe that I adapted and changed to make it my
Nice.
own.
Nice.
Awesome, man.
Love it. Love
So
it.
good.
All right. Will. Here's another food question for you. Here. What's the best soda?
Oh man. You're asking me to remember back to when I used to drink soda. I was always a big fan of a really nice cold Sprecher root beer straight from the glass
Nice.
bottle.
Awesome.
That one
Good.
always smacked for me.
Nice. Soda that smacks. That's what you want.
Max.
Soda that smacks.
Claude. Hi.
Hi.
End
I
of question.
I know you're a big fan of going to cons and things like that and having great fan moments and things like that. Let me ask you, what was your most emotional fan moment?
When I cried on Donald Faison's face, that was probably
Oh no.
and it happened twice because I went for the photo opportunity with him, and in the picture, like I was like, "Can we hug for this picture?" Because like that's a normal thing to ask a stranger, and I got too excited, and like when we hugged, I like slammed my cheek against his cheek, and I'm crying, and you can see in his face, he's not okay with what's going on.
you tear jerked on Turk. What can you say?
Yeah.
Someone's
And then
gonna
I
have a
went
problem.
through the line for his autograph because I got the little Turk Pop Funko, and I forgot to bring my like best friend. I was getting her one for her birthday, and the surprise was that I was going to get it signed. So give her the signed Turk Pop Funko to her. So I go through the first time, and I'm weird about it. And then after I'm weird about it, I come through a second time,
Oh no.
and he was like, "Oh." And I was like, "Yeah, this is for my friend, that one that I told you about. I gave the Scrubs themed, like, maid of honor speech at her wedding. She's my Turk. Can you sign this, please?" Like, I couldn't handle myself.
Were you crying again though? That's the
I
question.
mean, I cried
Oh,
as
Claude.
soon as I found out that man was going to be there, and I don't
She's
think
gonna
I
cry again.
feel like,
I think she is. I think crying is happening.
To be fair, I think
I
the
love that
most
story.
like, I'll see if I can send the picture to you.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
Yeah,
I've seen it.
he's
It's good.
Terrible.
I feel
That's
like
great.
the most surprising thing for him was like I didn't know. Like he's sitting there and in the mind of Donald Faison, he's like, I didn't realize anyone cared that much about my
It was
career.
for the Clueless reunion, and like it was like a hierarchy of like how like Alicia Silverstone obviously had like a line like wrapped around everywhere, and then like as people kept going, so he was like over on the end of it. So the line was short enough that he remembered who I was. Came through.
Let me just say, Claude takes some famous photos with famous people.
Yeah.
One of the previous years, she got a picture with Paul Rudd, and it was It was awkward enough that Amy and I cosplayed her and Paul Rudd. So I played Paul Rudd, and Amy played Claude, and we made the same photo as how her photo came out. So
It was
yeah. I mean,
so that man, when I approached him, I
that man.
and he like put out his hands for like a handshake, and I was like, "You're Paul Rudd," and he was like, "You're so tall," and I was like, "I am." So
I love
I
all of them so much.
Oh,
man,
that's beautiful.
I'll send that one too because that one's a terrible one.
yeah, really good stuff. All right, jumping back up to so this is for two people here. So this is a Joel and Randy question. Joel and Randy, this is the mundane superpowers question for both of you guys. Would you rather have the power to have like a video game style gaming HUD for yourself always? So you see your little life bar, you see your stamina bar always. You could have that, or the power to rewind through your memory and relive memories like in real time.
Memory rewind. I don't want to see when I'm going to die or how low my health is, or no, that's scary.
Well, do you actually like relive those moments, or it's just in your head where you can be like, all right, I'm just going back. Blah, 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 blah.
You relive the moments.
So you rewind back, and then it starts from there. But it'll catch you back. Can you catch yourself back up at any time you want?
It like snaps you back to current time.
Yeah, exactly. You can't alter anything, but you can relive things.
If you were like
just
snarf, and you would just come back to the present.
Yeah.
Like if you had like a safe word, if I was like snarf.
Snarf.
Yeah.
Snarf.
All right.
Snarf.
Well, I think I agree. Actually, I think the memory reliving one is pretty important. That one's pretty cool. I like that. And plus, you can't change or impact anything, so I'm not messing with time.
Just keep rewinding back, watching my grandpa die.
Yeah.
Very good. Very cool.
Dark humor.
Oh my lord. All right, going over to this is another two-person question. This is for Will and Claude. Will and Claude, it's another mundane question, a mundane power question here. Would you rather have the power to lock and unlock things permanently, just psychically? So like you're like there's a door with no lock in it, you can lock it and it can only be unlocked by you, type situation, right? Or would you speak with animals?
Ooh.
Speak with animals, duh.
You already do.
I mean, it is my job.
I think I would be let down by speaking because they would just like
Human?
I think they would just like show me how terrible humanity is, and I'd just be like, man, I don't want anymore. Make me a dog or something. It would break my heart to know how much cooler animals are. And so I'm just gonna come up with that lock and doors thing.
Yeah.
Probably terrible human.
Nice.
Like let's just make this whole thing go full circle, and I'll use the other power to mess with people.
Very cool.
Imagine how much stuff your dog saw you do, and if you talk to the dog, you just blab. You're like, "Oh God, you saw that?"
Well, that goes both ways. I mean, let's not pretend that the dog isn't over there losing his dignity too.
Gross.
All right. Okay. We're almost reaching the end here. Joel,
Yes, sir.
We have the Joel try and tempt
Oh,
Joel question here.
bring it.
So Joel for the past weeks and weeks and weeks has been gripping with his death grip on a Gundam, real life Gundam that he
I'm
owns.
sorry, I gave him everything he ever wanted, and somehow I'm the bad guy.
And we're trying to tempt Joel away from that to see if he would give up the Gundam for something else. So, real life Gundam or Joel, your very own Raptor trainer position.
Ooh. You've got a valid point there. I don't know what I should do. I just have that at standby whenever I need a little prop up. I'm like, I work at Jurassic Park. No,
Raptor training position.
I appreciate that the Jurassic Park uniforms are salmon. Really nice.
yeah, exactly. I don't. This is a tough one because both of them could accidentally kill you. So, what would I favor more? Oh man, as I'm staring and I'm like, there's a book of Jurassic Park. There's some Jurassic Park stuff over here, and it's like, this is not easy. All right, I don't want to relive Dino Crisis. I'm sticking with the Gundam.
Oh,
Smart decision.
All
I am
right, all
so
right.
glad I made that passing reference earlier. Yes.
You made me think of the Terror if the movies themselves didn't.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Randy, you've directed some stuff here. If you were given a franchise, any franchise you would want to direct a movie in, what franchise would you direct a movie in?
Like a big, like popular
Like
franchise.
Big franchise, you're given the full works movie franchise options to direct a movie with funding and everything. What would it be?
It would be a Marvel movie, for sure.
Any specific Marvel?
Probably something in the lines of like maybe Peter Quill before he was like Guardians of the Galaxy, so just like a Star-Lord movie, like a standalone.
Interesting.
I like the humor, I like the drama, I like the action. I feel like a younger like Quill would be like, he's still pissed off that his mom's dead. He was there's still things unanswered. Yondu's treating him like crap. You could see Yondu again. I think I could have fun with that. I wouldn't be afraid. Like Kevin Smith was afraid to direct Green Hornet and everything. I wouldn't know how I would do it. I would jump at the chance to do that, but also, what a good fantasy.
Very cool. All right, good stuff. Will is our resident sandwich expert here. He's made some
A title that gets less and less impressive every week.
Yes. I've created a new segment here for Will here.
Okay.
And it stems off the sandwich question because we've asked Will whether or not it's a sandwich or not plenty of times. I want to ask you, is it soup?
I don't even like soup.
Yeah.
Is it soup?
Okay.
Too bad you got to answer to
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Is cereal soup?
So I don't like soup. I'm gonna reiterate that again.
Doesn't matter if you like it or not.
I have that one criteria. Do I like it or not? And I like cereal, so I'm gonna say no. It is not a soup.
All right. Hot take.
Good question though. I like that. That was a good one.
Yes. That's a good one.
There's some by that criteria. There are a very few amount of soups that aren't even soups. So
yeah, we'll see. All right, Claude.
Confused.
Yeah, we have fun here. All right, Claude. What's your comfort TV show? What's the show that you return to for comfort?
I mean, currently, so if I watch something scary before I go to bed and I need to just like decompress afterwards, I've been doing a lot of Fresh Off the Boat. That one's been a really good one. Otherwise, it's Scrubs. It's always Scrubs. Life. So
All right, cool. All right, and we've arrived at the final question. Then this
Yeah.
one is for everybody here. This is our keep, stop, and snap out of existence question. We present you with three options, and you have to choose what you would keep going, what you would stop in its tracks where it's at, and what you would completely snap out of existence and never happened. So everyone make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
The three options I'm gonna give to you here are genres. All right, here are the three genres. All right, uh, paranormal ghost genre. All right, the zombie genre, or the demon genre. What do you keep going? What do you stop in its tracks? It's good enough where it's at. And what do you snap out of existence? Never ever happened.
Should I go
And
first so
since
that they
these
can
are
kind of
and,
get an idea?
sure,
Mhm.
and since these are genres, we're including everything that touches on this genre here. So movies, TV shows, games, even.
Oh shit.
So think about like what you're sacrificing when you stop something and you snap it out of existence. Joel, what are you gonna do?
All right. So I am going to go with keeping demons. Demons always surprise because you end up finding out that usually a lot of movies and even video games, things like that, characters are based on like mythological demons or something of that nature, or religious demons, things like that. And it's very it's always compelling to find out more about them and how they like developed into the story that or whatever you're watching, playing, things like that. And I think there's room to grow there. You can always find a new demon to say like is messing with people in some manner. So that one's keep. Stop. I'm gonna say ghosts because ghost movies work, but they also have a large percentage of flops. And the reason they do is just because it's like, I mean, you can do as much as you want with graphics. You can do as much as you want with trying to reinvent the wheel. But no matter what you do, they were already done in the 1950s. So you either do it based on a story that is something that happened in the past, supposedly, or something along those lines, or it just gets stale. But then my last one is zombie. That one I think I'm gonna snap because it's like I love the Romero stuff. I mean, I was just listening to the Day of the Dead soundtrack the other day, but I have to say that would come back in a different form, and maybe it wouldn't be exploited to oblivion to the point where now we're just tired of it. So that's where I'm at. So let's hear what everybody else has.
All right, who wants to go next? All right, Randy, what you got? What are you doing?
I would stop demonic movies like from being made, demonic stuff from being made, just because not everyone believes. Like, just the stuff I've seen, I don't want that. Like, I feel like a lot of the times people get into the stuff because of other mediums, and it's just I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird about that, and also every movie with like a demon is starting to like be the same to me a little bit. It's always like, oh, there's got, oh, I don't know. I'm getting a little sick of it personally. Maybe it's just me. So just stop that one. I would keep ghosts because I feel like you could do better and do more with like ghost film. It's usually like lately it's been like, oh, we're gonna set up a camera, it's paranormal activity, or it's this. I feel like you could do so much more with ghosts, like talk about like go like to the afterlife or maybe even different reality when you die. You could do so much more with ghosts, and then unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but I would have to also agree. The zombie film. It's everything is just as much as I love Resident Evil too. It's just like even they have advanced past just regular zombies because it's getting old and stale. So it's getting snapped.
Nice.
Good stuff. All right, Will, Claude, who's next?
I can go.
Claude's muted, so we'll never know.
That's true. That's true. So I am going to keep demons. I think you're right on that. Demons are in all sorts of stuff, man. You got demons in D&D. You got demons all over anime. You got to keep demons, man. I'm gonna stop zombies because I love so much zombie stuff, but there's not a whole lot coming out. Like, there's not a whole lot of new stuff. If you told me I was going to get a Left 4 Dead 3 or another good Dead Rising game, that's important, or The Walking Dead didn't just continue to crater, if they came out with good stuff, then sure, I would totally do zombies. But as it is, I'm going to stop them dead. And I've never really gotten into ghost stories. I've always be the whole paranormal investigator thing. So I'm gonna snap.
Claude.
I am going to keep demons. I mean, everybody's already touched on it, but like, I always just thought that there was so much that you could do with demons because, you know, everyone has a different story. Something I really wish that they would do was like do a couple more movies on like the different like religious views on demon possession. Like, one of my favorite possession films is called The Possession. It's got Modest Yahoo in it, and it's supposed to be like a Jewish take on possession, and it scared the shit out of me when it came out. And I just wish that they'd look more into stuff like from different cultures and like how different cultures deal with it. Like, there's such a plethora that you can do with that, and I mean, they do a lot of it in anime too. So that's always like a top sell for me. Like, Demon Hunter, great show. I would probably stop Ghost because there's not too much more we can expand on it. I still think it's like something that's going to be bringing the creepy, bringing the uncomfortable, and like, you know, everybody has that little twinge in the back of their head, like, is there an afterlife? What's going to happen? And I think that ghost stories and that kind of idea is at a good place right now, and I don't think that it can expand more. So I think that I would stop that. And then snap out of existence the zombies. They just, I mean, they've been done to death. Not a whole lot is changing. I mean, we had the slow moving ones, and then we moved to the like rage zombies that can go super fast and that idea, but I don't know. I always just had a problem with like, it doesn't make logical sense to me. Like, how long are they going to continue to rot and still be going?
Turns out the zombie genre was never a thing, and it's always just been skeletons. They just have a little bit of shit all over them, you know.
It's like that Disney 1930s like dancing video, right?
Skeleton genre, right?
Yeah, it's the skeleton genre. They just haven't gotten their final form.
Yes. Good. Real quick, as for me, keep demons. I think still so much you can expand on that. I would stop zombies because I've loved a lot of zombie films out there. So I think I would keep that. And then as much as I like Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg and I think we can deal without it being in existence. So all right. But yeah, that's the end of our show here. We appreciate you guys joining us here tonight and sticking with us. We appreciate all the viewers out there who voted in the polls earlier. Come back next week so we can continue with that, have some fun with it. Claude, Randy, thank you so much for joining us once again here. It's been really fun. Make sure everyone keeps it locked to PopSamuraiNetwork.com and all the cool things we're doing there to find information. And make sure you like, subscribe, follow here on twitch.tv/PopSamuraiNetwork. It helps us out.
Tell your friends.
What's up?
I said tell your friends.
Yes, tell your friends, tell everybody. Pop Samurai Network on twitch.tv/Pop Samurai Network is doing some great things. And this one last final thing here, if you guys get a chance, if you guys are, we here at Pop Samurai Network join together with a charity organization, Extra Life, every year.
It's all about zombies.
Yes,
No,
we
just
are helping.
kidding. It's not.
We all here helping to raise money for the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin. If you guys get a chance to help donate, that we really appreciate it. There's a link down below in the panels below here on Twitch. Otherwise, you can hit us up on the social media pages where we have the links there as well. So we would appreciate it. And yeah, this has been the end. Thank you so much. And for everyone here, thank you so much, and have a spooky POPtober. Bye bye, everybody.
Dios.
Will our heroes podcast survive? Spread the word, subscribe, and tune in next time. Same Pop Samurai time, same Pop Samurai channel.